We're talking about that severe weather pushing even further east as we get our way into tomorrow. We're looking at the red area. That's the best chance of seeing the damaging winds as well as the hail spreading across from Albany, New York down to Richmond, Virginia, to D.C. included in that, as well as Philadelphia. So we have all the right ingredients in place to see severe weather. We have a lot of deep low-level moisture pushing ahead of this cold front. Ahead of that as well is a very large pocket of unstable air, and that's going to aid in bringing some lift for those thunderstorms. We're also looking at these upper level winds that are kind of pushing across the same area, so not that much shear in the environment. So the threat for tornadoes is not very high. We do have that scattered chance of thunderstorms developing starting early Friday, continuing into the afternoon hours. New York, 78 degrees by around 6 p.m. So it's going to be a very soggy commute across the I-95 corridor, and things kind of taper off as we get into about midnight Friday into Saturday morning. So how much rain can we expect? Active look, especially across Florida and across the coastline, but we do have a little bit of a gap right here, and we're going to see that change as we get through the next 24 hours. So let's start a little bit further to the west. We're looking at Jackson, Mississippi, and a little bit further north of New Orleans. We're looking at this line of storms that are just tracking away. Lots of heavy rain and lightning associated with these. And lightning itself is a danger, so you definitely need to be aware of your surroundings. Tomorrow, this is the threat for severe weather, and is a little bit further north of Raleigh, but scattered thunderstorms continue to spread across the Gulf coastline. Saturday, things kind of get squashed a little bit closer to the coast and into Florida, but a little bit further north, things kind of clear up. Temperatures staying in the lower 90s overall. And Sunday, here we go. This is what we start seeing. We start seeing a return to showery weather, and those stormy clouds arrive for New Orleans as well as Atlanta. So from now ending Sunday night, this is how much rainfall you can expect. Not a crazy amount of rain, up to an inch in some spots. And over the Piedmont area, of South Carolina, you're still staying pretty dry as we get through this weekend, but don't rule out a few thunderstorms that cross over the area, because these are hit or miss thunderstorms. So let's go ahead and take a closer look at some of the forecasts. Atlanta, we do have the threat for severe weather and scattered thunderstorms depending on Friday afternoon picking up, and then Saturday, Sunday, things clear up and you see sunny skies on Sunday, so enjoy it. Orlando, not quite the same forecast. You see pretty stormy much of the weekend. Saturday, you might get a little bit of a break, but again, these are hit or miss thunderstorms, so you could possibly see some storms popping up as well. So just be on guard. Raleigh, similar story. Friday, Saturday morning, that's when you have that best chance of thunderstorms. Then things dry up and they stay dry through Sunday. Now straight ahead, a historic sight struck. So the only way you can actually enjoy the eclipse is if the skies are actually clear. So let's go ahead and take a look. Across the nation, we're going to have coverage. In the airplane with Scott Newell, then we have Alex Wilson and Chris Bruin in Jackson Hole, Wyoming, Stephanie Abrams in Oregon. I mean, it extends even out in a ship in the Atlantic Ocean with Dave Malkoff. So that's all taking place on Monday. You don't want to miss it. So talking about the cloud cover, this is a really good graphic right here. So this is actually showing you where the cloudiest spots are going to be. Denver at 98% cloud coverage, Phoenix at 40%, but San Francisco at 16% and Seattle at only 5%. Heading a little bit further east, we're looking at Pierre at 100%. Chicago is staying very cloudy, but further south you go, the better chance you have for those clear skies. And then on the East Coast, we're looking at Detroit, 0% coverage. Atlanta, 2%. That's been kind of changing a little bit, so we're definitely going to keep a close eye on with all these thunderstorms popping up in the forecast. Miami, you are at 74%. Now the week will end on a stormy note, where we could see more